Welcome to Sermons from the Cave. My name's Dean. Here we are back at the Cuyamaca Mountains. Beautiful, beautiful state park in Southern California. And we're at this stone that you can see all these holes, these very, very deep depressions in the rock. And these are man-made stones that the Native American Indians that were here in this area used to pick the acorns from these trees. These trees back here, you can see this nice big oak tree here, and it has lots of acorns on it. And when they were ripe, they would fall to the ground. The Indians would pick them. They'd bring them over here to these stones. Can you see this stone here? This one right here where my hand is? See how smooth it is? Because what they did is they would take the acorns and they'd blanch them in the stream, and then they would put them in here and they would grind them up into fine flour. And they would bake bread with that flour. Here's a couple shards that came from this area. And what they would do is they would take the flour and they would make cakes, flat cakes of bread, and they would cook them on the coals and then eat them. And you know, it's interesting how God provides. He provided the trees, this beautiful meadow area that's flat for the Indians to camp in. And also He provided just the rock and the stones to grind with as a millstone, to provide the flour that they could have bread, sustenance to survive in this area. And it's just like Jesus. Jesus said that He is the bread of life, that no man comes to the Father but through Him. And He is our spiritual sustenance. I mean, without Jesus, there's no hope. He's the world's only true and living hope. So just as God provided these oak trees, these beautifully majestic oak trees, and these metates to grind, for the Indians to be able to grind their flour here, God also provided a way for all humanity to come to Him one day, to be in His presence, and that was through His Son. And through partaking in that, the bread and the wine, that the communion service reminds us that His body, the bread, was broken for us, that His body was broken for us, and also that the wine represents His blood, the blood that was spilled at His death on the cross. So Jesus is the bread of life, and He is our sustenance, both in this physical world and in the one to come. And it's interesting that Jesus Himself said that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth from the mouth of God, the living God. So from Sermons on the Cave, I'm Dean.